Oh, let's play some chess. We're taking on Quentin Thomas today. This will be interesting. Not sure exactly what to expect, but we're going to try to develop as quickly as we can and then look for anything we can exploit. Preferably we want to get our range pieces, meaning both our rooks, but we may do less depending on how this plays out. I feel like I can play this pawn out here, because then I can push the pawn back at the queen. He brings out his queen early, so that's something to keep in mind. That can be exploited where we can either develop a few pieces and get an edge there, or we can even possibly win the queen. We'll see how this plays out. I was thinking they take there. It's fine. We go back to here. Remember, knight defends. He's doing a lot of talking right now, so we'll see how this plays out. Okay, yeah, a lot of engines like to play that. Let's go there. Idea of putting pressure here and then bringing out the knight. In fact, if pawn takes, we will pre-move capture with the knight. It did. Okay, we did. That having this knight here allows us to play like bishop b5, although most common move is going to be bishop b4 to counter that and put a pin in place. Interesting setup there. We've got protection of this. We're just going to go after the queen outright. I'm going to bring out the bishop. Like I said, the key thing we can exploit when somebody brings out the queen early is if we can bring out minor pieces, develop them, we can get a strong position where our opponent basically has the queen out and nothing else. And that can give us some situations where we can leverage that. We've also got, like, say, knight, yeah. Well, not quite. Okay, so let's go. I'm just going to keep the bishop light. I was thinking knight here and attacking this pawn, but that's not open yet. I might just leave this knight hanging here. The other option is I could play knight. Oh, I have to leave it hanging. It's pinned. We're going to castle. I was thinking knight b4. Or, sorry, a4. If queen takes, we still might play that. I almost think not taking is better here. Let's try that. With the idea of check forking here. I know engine would have to defend from here probably. And then we can hit it with pawn. We can bring this pawn out, I think. Yeah, so engine defends there. We bring the pawn out. Now we got a bishop defending this. We can hit this. It kind of has to move its queen here. Or it loses the queen. So we've been able to leverage the fact he brought out his queen early. We forced him to move his queen a bunch. And now we're either going to take the queen, or we're going to get a situation. Well, we're taking the queen there. With that plays to our strengths. It's a big deal now because we got a strong position here. We can do a lot. It's not just that we're +5. It's we've got a fully developed position, and he hasn't even really moved anything yet. So we'll see what he does here. Okay. We'll play back 1 with the idea of possibly sliding over. I almost think he's going to play pawn d5 in this spot, because the other option we have a lot of leverage. Now we're the ones moving the queen. Let's go back here. Got a couple of plans here, a couple of ideas. We can also slide the rooks in place. Surprisingly, this has got to be one of the deepest I've gone into a game where an opponent playing as black has not moved any pieces other than the queen. But yeah, if you don't want to typically bring out your queen early. I mean, if the opponent can't exploit it, then that's one thing. But okay, so pawn was taken there. Takes that one option. We'll go there, and then maybe like rook b1 or something. We'll see what he does. I actually have a plan here. I was thinking, this might be very strong. I was thinking like bishop b5. If pawn takes, we hit the queen. That would pin this. So then, if it doesn't take in the spot, we could play rook d1 to d1. This pawn is pinned, so we could take this. But the idea is we have discovery here. Or that works too. We'll check. Now we can either take that. Most likely scenario, knight is going to take it. But we'll see. And then we can win the rook on the spot if knight doesn't take. Definitely taking the rook there. Position is looking good. We also had a check with the other bishop. We could have checked here. If pawn takes, we take, but then the important part is we open up space for our 2 rooks, our long-range pieces. Yeah, Quentin Thomas pretty quiet today. See, he's -9. He feels like his pieces are going into a black hole. We'll see. What does Quentin do here? The correct answer is to hit the resign button, but engines don't do that on this game, so. At least not this one. Okay. I actually don't mind that. I want to take here. I might not even take the pawn, because I could take this knight with a rook. I got discovery. I could potentially hit it later with the queen, or not. Depending on what he does. I think it's actually, the longer they take, it actually helps me. Alright, so now this is pinned. Okay. That's it for us. I take with queen. And I think... Oh, no. Knight defends there. I was almost thinking this was game, but it's not. It's not game yet. We could leverage this. Yep. That's okay. We have a counter. We can check right here. And now... Oops, sorry. We check with bishop. Knight takes, right? And then we simply take with rook. And then knight defends. And then we checkmate there. And we finish with a good ending.